All of you will start with our Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So today is what? Special day all over the world?
Leap day.
Yes. So this is a leap year. Again, one of the glory of Lord. How he managed to make this rotation of the earth, then the moon around the earth and the earth around the sun, and so many planets. That isn't it as a glory of Lord? So we are studying Vibhuti of Lord in Vibhuti Yoga, 10th chapter. Am I very audible to you? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So glory of Lords, all its glory. But why we are learning this? Can anyone tell me why do we have to learn glory of Lord? Anyone? Someone?
Sir, because this shows us in where is Lord present in the world in high specific amounts.
Okay. High intensity of presence of Lord. That's what you want to
Yes,
say.
sir.
Sir, it shows some places and areas where God, where His stamp or mark is there. We can worship that as if worshiping God.
Exactly. So why do we want to learn is very simple. See, whenever things are going very smooth, no one praises God. But whenever things are down, for example, exam is coming up and your studies are lagging behind, or some very difficult situation has happened and you want to get out of it, you will first see where is God, how I can get help from Him. Then you start searching a photo, at least one small idol, or something special which you can feel after seeing to it. You get some confidence in yourself. And that's the whole reason that human being want to see something where confidence comes to them and then the situation is passed on. Somehow you have to come out of it. Also, if you see cricketers or some big players when they win the match, where they do see first? They see up. So they want to also celebrate with God. So many situations will come in the life where you want to see the presence of God, isn't it? First presence is in your parents, then in teacher. We all know that. But still, the special presence of God, we all want to know. And that's why it's better to know what Krishna himself has said through this chapter, through teaching through Arjuna's. We know that where exactly Lord is situated. So that's why we should know where is God. Also, we know that such anything we have to do in life, we have to have a material thing for it. The cause should be there, then the effect will come. So as we have seen in the last class, different materials, different things, toys and crafts will come out. But God Himself is the ultimate material, the cause of the entire Srishti, the universe. But we can't see it. Just like when we see a tree, we cannot see we can only see branches, all the things above the ground, but below the ground, what really sustains it, the adhara, sustainer, is roots. Similarly, if you go and search your self roots where it is, like you can trace your parents, their name, the grandparents, the great grandparents, and go like that, where you will reach to the Sapta Rishis. We have seen Manu, the Manmantra, we have seen in the last few classes. And finally, all
And
this will go
Bhrigu,
to whom?
Kashyapa.
Yes, all this will go to whom? The Brahmanda. And where? Who created the Brahmanda? Brahmaji. And finally, Brahmaji came from where? Where is the root of
Vishnu.
Brahmaji? Lord Vishnu. So this is the knowledge. How does it help us? Is that whenever we are in a situation that anything like jealousy, hatred, fear, whenever such situation we will be in the life, we know it cannot be the other person who is getting good marks is because of God's presence in him. He is also part of God. He is not the entire God. It is part of God. If I am doing well, if I am coming to the class and understanding, it is because of God's presence in me, and the complete energy which is in me is given through him. So we try to appreciate God's creation. When we appreciate God's creation, we always are happy. That's what was told in the few verses. Those God Himself says, those who are always thinking about Lord, they will always be happy because there is no reason to be unhappy, right? When everything is God around you, everything is godly, lively, it will be lovely. Nothing will, you will not hate, you will not have more dislikes. You will accept everything as prasada from God Himself. Sharo had nicely explained in the verse where we saw the laddu, Tirupati laddu. Whenever you do any work and whatever returns you get, it is like a Tirupati laddu you take with reverence. So, whatever results you will get in the exams or in the sports or in your curricular activities, extracurricular activities, you will accept it as prasada. You will not have any remorse, or you will not say, oh, the teacher was partial or impartial, whatever. You'll accept everything and you will move ahead in life. That is the knowledge which we get. In the last class, we saw after 11th verse, 12th, 13th, 14th, all the verses, Arjuna is mentioning he wants to know more about this glory. As you must be also feeling, what are the 72 glories Lord has? And he starts like polishing and giving importance and more importance to teacher. Here, Arjuna's teacher is Krishna. So he says the great sages like Narada, Asit, Deval, and Vyasa. These are the great sages. They already have proclaimed that you are everything. So he's making Krishna the biggest teacher of or biggest ultimate Lord. And in the 14th verse, again he says, he totally accepts everything that Krishna has told to him till the 11th verse, and it is all truth. But really speaking, when I trace everything backwards, I don't know who is even the gods and the demons who were not there when you created the Srishti, your true personality, how will it be known? And finally, the creator of all beings, sustainer, the three things creator, sustainer, and destroyer of the universe. You alone know yourself by yourself. Means what? The person who was first in this entire universe is God. Only after him everyone came. So the first person only knows about who was the first or the last, right? So that's what is multiple times Krishna is praised by Arjuna here. And finally, he says, oh Lord, to understand your supreme being, I want to know in details your divine glories, where it is available, where should I search when I'm in need. Like when a ship is lost, he has to see the north pole. He knows exactly the seeing the dhruva tara, the pole star, you can go in the north direction. Same way, when you are in difficulty, when I am in difficulty, where should I see your divine presence? Please let me know. Generally, where do you see Lord, children? At home.
Picture or idol?
Exactly. So in this chapter, you will see there are many places you can see Lord, not only in the picture or the idol or only the temple. Everywhere around you, there is Lord, and that was being explained. But before that, I think any before that, chapter 10, verse 17. Uh, we will start with chapter, sorry, 18th verse by Swastik. Swastik?
Yes, sir. First, can I chant
Yes, please chant.
that next slide? Yes, sir. विस्तरेणात्मनो योगम्
Vistarana विस्तरेणात्मनो
विस्तरेणात्मनो योगम्
विभूतिं च जनार्दन
विभुन्तीं
विभूतिं
च
च
जनार्दन
भूय कथय तृप्तिर्हि
भूय
भूय
कथय तृप्तिर्हि
श्री- शृण्वतो
शृण्वन्तो
नास्ति मे मृतम्
शृण्वतो नास्ति
नास्ति
मे
मे
अमृतम्
कृतम्.
Yes. The meaning of this verse is tell me again in detail your divine glories and manifestations, O Janardana. I can never tire of hearing your nectar. The next slide. So the explanation of this verse is that this verse also acts as a catalyst for the naming of the vibhutis. As from the next verse, as you will see here, Lord Vishnu will begin explaining his vibhutis with a small introduction. He also calls Krishna Janardana. A Janardana is a person who is asked questions and after listening gives an answer for the corresponding question. A good example of a Janardana is your parents. They will carefully listen to your question and in response give an answer. Another thing that was actually used by Arjuna is that instead of saying I want to hear your words that sound like nectar, he says that I want to hear your nectar. This is a common figure of speech called hyperbole. It basically just removes the um, connection part. It just takes it straight to the definition. Next slide. Thank you, everyone. Special thanks to Sachin sir for giving me this verse.
Thank you so much, Swartik. You are one of the few. Many are there, but one of the few who are taking so much interest. And I feel the people who are taking interest in presenting like this will understand more. So here, and also God will give you the understanding. It's two way. So Arjuna is asking again and again, pleading again and again to Arjuna. Arjuna is asking again and again to Krishna. So that's why Krishna is ready to give him these glories. So each one of us, whoever is thirsty for the knowledge, he will get his knowledge quenched. So let us see this. Arjuna is seeking to see Krishna in different forms and whatever forms Krishna is available in. So that will be an endless list, isn't it? Let us see in the next verse. Narayani is not able to present. So I will chant and please chant after me. Shri Bhagavan
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
हन्ते ते कथयिष्यामि
हन्त
हन्ते
ते
ते कथयिष्यामि
कथयिष्यामि
दिव्यायात्मविभूतयः
दिव्याध्यात्मविभूतयः
दिव्याह्यात्मभूतयः
प्राधान्यतः कुरुक्षेष्ठा
प्राधान्यत कुरु
प्राधान्यतः
श्रेष्ठ
कुरुक्षेष्ठा नास्त नास्तयन्तो विस्तरस्य मे
नास्त्यन्तो
नास्त्यन्तो
नास्तयन्तो
विस्तरस्य मे
विस्तरस्य
विस्तरस्य
मे
मे. The Lord here is replying now because after listening to so much of wah wah or so much of praise for himself, any teacher who is praised so much, he has to answer. So he says, Lord says, well, O Arjuna, I shall tell you the main divine glories of mine. I can't tell you the entire unlimited glories because if if you go to a shop of ornaments and you try to search through each ornament, what gold ornaments I'm asking, what will find finally? Each one of them is gold. So it's like this entire cosmos is a shop of ornaments made up of God Himself. If you go and dissect everything on the universe, finally it will lead to God because God has created from Himself. Just as gold creates through gold, liquid gold only all ornaments are created. Through God only everything has been created. So God says, my Glories are unlimited. Just like we see, there is an endless list of Lord's Vibhuti. If you go and read everything, endless. So, in the entire 10th chapter, you will see 72 glories. That's what Krishna is going to tell us. It will be physical glories, it will be huge mountains. You please be there in this class, the further classes to know where you have to see God. Pragnya, the next verse, over to you.
Namaste, everyone. I'll be presenting the 20th verse of the 10th chapter today. I hope you'll enjoy. I request you all to chant after me. Mahatma Gudakesha
Aham Atma Gudakesh
Sarva Sarvabhutashayastitah
Sarvabhutashayastitah
Ahamadischa Madhyam cha
Ahamadischa Matyam cha
Bhutanamanta eva cha.
Bhutanamanta eva cha.
So the literal meaning of the verse is as follows. O Arjun, I am seated in the heart of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and end of all beings. So as Sachin sir mentioned before, in the continuation of the 10th chapter, we get to see all the 72 different vibhutis or the glories of Sri Krishna. So this is like a small introduction to what all Sri Krishna has to say. So, in the beginning of the verse, Sri Krishna addresses Arjuna as Gudakesha or the conqueror of sleep. So, since the Bhagavad Gita is a vast such a vast recitation that Sri Krishna explained to Arjuna, and Arjuna listened with so much attentiveness that he could not fall asleep, and he could not get bored. He was always transfixed to what Sri Krishna was saying. So that's why Sri Krishna calls him Gudakesha. So here Paramatma describes two ways in which one can understand him. So he says Ishvara is a self or I that is in the hearts of every being in the universe. Ishvara is also the start, the middle, and the end of all beings in the universe. So let's try understanding the above. So our soul or Atma is the external witness or the Sakshi of the body. So what we are living in a body is just like a container which holds something. Our soul is the actual Sakshi of our living, our consciousness. So this will these our soul or the atma will be the proof of the existence of our body, mind, and buddhi. So this atma is basically known as the paramatma. So us or the jiva have identified ourselves as our external body, and that's why we've forgotten the dharmic way of life. So as humanity progressed on, we became more and more materialistic. As you can see in the picture, this guy, he's supposedly praying just to get a better physique for himself, while so he cares only about his materialistic looks, and he's not able to see the more divine way of life, which is buried under all these desires. So when so Sri Krishna says that only when the knowledge is provided to us, the same jiva or the our soul, it comes to realize that we are the Paramatma himself. He is within us, and the desire for truth comes to end as we discover that he is present everywhere and all around us. Then Sri Krishna continues, he says that he's present in everyone. He is the consciousness in all the beings, ranging from small unicellular organisms like amoeba or bacteria to multicellular like cows and dogs, and to the most intelligent and complex systems, being us humans. So, may it be a small child, a grown man, or even an old person, may it be a sadhu, a Christian priest, or even a prophet, he is present in all. Just how electricity is present in all the light bulbs or how fuel is present in all vehicles, is a very key feature for us to survive. Then, to understand the Paramatma being the beginning, middle, and the end of everything, let's take a few examples of real life. So, the ocean. It is where the waves emerge from, where the waves flow through, and where the waves end. End as in they retreat back in the ocean and then hit the shore again. Then we have the atmosphere. It's where various different gaseous elements are formed, they exist and they finally disappear. So we can't survive without oxygen, for example. So oxygen is formed, it exists, and it finally disappears in the atmosphere. So in this way, Sri Krishna tells us that he or the Ishvara can be seen everywhere in our life, all around us. So next. So, in conclusion, He is the one who creates, sustains, and dissolves all beings. We're all born from the Paramatma, and He maintains us through food, through digestion of the food, air circulation in the body, and other means which help keep us alive. And ultimately, He is the cause of our death or liberation. In this way, He becomes all pervading, as in He exists all the time, all around us, and He is ever present throughout eternity. I hope you could all understand this verse. Hari Om and Dhanyavad.
Fantastic. Excellent presentation. So the meaning is very simple. You don't have to search God by history, dates, or in the future. He was there before, he is now with you, where you can enjoy, and then he will be there even if you are not there. So that's what's the meaning. He was there, he is in you now, and he will be there even if you are not there. Means the body is not there. Okay. So very nice explanation. We will move to Tanush, who is going to tell us 21st verse. Now, from this verse, he will tell exactly where I am. Okay, we have to search where he is. Okay, go ahead.
आदित्यानामहं विष्णुः
This
ज्योतिषां
no, Tanush, one fourth, like that you can say.
ओके सर आदित्यानामहं विष्णुः
Adityanamaham
Adityanamaham
Vishnu
Vishnu
ज्योतिषां रविरंशुमान्
Jyotisham
Jyotisham
Raviram Shuna
Raviransuman
मरीचिं
Marichir Marutam Asmi
मरीचिं मरुर
Tam Asmi
मरुता अस्मि
Nakshatra
नक्षत्राणाम् अहं शशि
Nakshatranam
Nakshatra
Aham
Shashi.
Sashi.
So in this chapter 10.21, God is telling us that amongst the 12 sons of Aditi, I am Vishnu. Amongst luminous objects, I am the sun. Know me to be Marichi
Marich,
amongst the Maruta,
Maruts.
and the moon amongst the stars in the night sky.
So you should start with Hari Om and end with Hari Om. So we know that you're done. Tanush,
Okay, sir. Hari
you
Om.
have done Hari Om. Yes. So good, very good attempt. It was the first verse. So whenever you present a verse, Tanush, like we give some examples. Here, so beautiful examples are given. Anyone know who is Aditi Putra? Who is Aditi?
No, sir.
Sir, the mother
They're
of
the wife of
Prajas.
Prajapati Daksha.
Yes. And Tanush, it was given in the book which is sent to everyone. Okay. When you read the
Sir,
verse, you should read little meaning also. I will send if you don't have. I'll send you. So
okay, sir.
Aditi is wife of Prajapati Daksha and she gave birth to all the gods. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And Diti is the birth to all the demons,
Daityas.
Daityas. Okay. One among them is the Vishnu Avatara, Vamana Avatara. So he's mentioning that I am that Vishnu out of all the Avatara, Vamana Avatara. Why? Can you know understand why Vamana is mentioned? Because before that, all the beings were not so intelligent. It was the first Avatara where intelligence have taken precedence over the normal body form. Before was all the avtaras were animals, amphibians. Okay, from Vamana
Yes, sir.
Avtara, the intelligence part has come. So I am that Vishnu Avtara. Then among all the bright objects, the brightest is what? Sun. So I am sun. When you see sun, think about me. Same way among Maruts, these are again the descendants of gods. I am Marich and moon among the luminaries that we see in the night. You can see moon the brightest because it is
Yes, sir.
near obviously to earth, but moon is the amongst all the luminaries. I am the moon. So here he has given four. Like that, four. Almost every next verse will be four glories of Lord. Do you understand now?
Yes, sir.
So with that, we go to 22nd verse. Rishikesh, are you there? If not, okay, I will chant the verse and you all chant after me. Vedanam Samavedosmi
Vedanam
Vedanam
Samaveda
Samavedosmi.
Devanam Asmi Vasavaha
Devanam
Devanam Asmi
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 Vasavaha.
Indriyanam Manaschasmi
Indriyanam
Indriyanam
Manashasmi
Manasya.
Manasmi
Bhutanam Asmi Chetana.
Bhutanam
Bhutanam
Vedana
Chetanam.
I am the Samaveda amongst the Vedas and Indra amongst the celestial god. Among the senses, I am the mind. Among the living beings, I am consciousness. So the first three is easy. That there are four Vedas, Chatur Veda. Do you know what are the four Vedas? Once I think Swasti,
Sir,
yeah,
Rigveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda,
Yajur Veda.
and
Yajurveda.
Yajurveda.
So out of all this, the poetic one where there
Sir,
is
the
poem.
Samaveda talks about the glories of God.
Yes, so Sama Veda because it is very nice to hear among the Vedas. And Indra among the celestial gods. Again, Indra is the prime in the Swarga Loka. So Indra is supposed to be the glory of Lord Himself. And among the senses, obviously among all the five senses, what is the best sense to have? Mind control, right? Eyes,
Yes.
ears, smell, taste, touch, all if is connected to mind. If mind is not properly, all the other senses will go. You have seen that have you ever seen the Ratha Kalpana, the charioteer, the chariot? Whenever you see Bhagavad Gita, the full photo, what photo you see? The five horses,
Sir, the
then
Ratha.
the
in
Ratha.
controlling the five horses.
Exactly. So whenever you see that, the five horses are like the five sense organs of our body.
Sir, and the
And the
charioteer is the mind.
no, that is the intellect. The reins are the mind. If you hold that reins correctly, the mind controlling the senses is far better than the senses giving way to the mind giving way to the senses. When you go to a mall, so many glittery things are there, right? You are you are smelling something, you're touching something, you are seeing something, you're hearing some sound. If you are not in control, what would happen? You will collect so many things and bring home, isn't it? But if you're in control, you know what you want to buy, even if it is the biggest mall, you have gone for one thing, you want one or two things, you will buy that and come home. That is what is saying. If you are, I am the sense, among all the senses, I am the mind. And lastly, among the living beings, what is it? I am the consciousness, the Atma within you. So all of us have, even the smallest living being, if you see, even the cockroach, he has the consciousness. Because of that, he's alive. So that is the most essential part of being alive. So he is consciousness. Otherwise, when the person is dead, what is gone? Every body is there, his lungs, his organs, everything is there. But what is not happening is it is not alive. The soul is gone out of it. So That consciousness among all the living beings is myself. So you have to see from now onwards, if anyone is alive, that means that he is conscious, and that means God is that consciousness. Okay? With that, I think today's verse is last verse, Swastik. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Rudranam Shankarashchasmi
Rudranam Shankarachasmi
Jasmine.
Vittesho Yaksharaksasam
Vittesho Yaksharaksasam
Vasunam Pavakashchasmi
Vasunam Pavakaschasmi
Jasmine.
Meruh Shikarinamaham.
Meru Shikarinamaham.
Now I will explain this verse. Now what this verse tries to tell us is that throughout now these four examples, which are the AF or which are the 9th to 12th, say that out of all the Rudras, who are the incarnations of Maheshwar, he is Shiva. Sir, can you go to the next slide?
Yes.
Yeah. So he claims that of the different Rudras, Hara, Bhaya, Rupa, Trayambaka, Parajita, etc., etc., he is Shankar, who is also said to be the original form of Lord Shiva. He states that of all the Yakshas and Rakshasas, whom I had actually talked about in one of my presentations, he is Kubera, who is the god of wealth and the progenitor of these two beings. He is the starter of these two different bloodlines. Amongst the Vasus, the 8 different elements of which the Brahmanda is made up of, mostly Agni, Jalam, Vayu, Prithvi, Sthana, Surya and Tara. His Vibhuti is Agni. Because of all of these, Agni is controlling most of them. You can see Surya and Tara. If we know correctly, then Surya and Tara both contain huge amounts of heat, and that heat can also be produced from Agni. So here he chooses Vibhuti is Agni because it is the most dominant factor in out of all of these. The next slide. And of all the mountains, he is Mount Meru, who, if we have studied correctly about, is 86,000 yojans high. And 1 yojan is approximately equal to 1 mile or 1.6 kilometers. And this is, and Mount Meru is also considered the axis of many heavenly bodies and is very well known for its rich natural resources. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Special thanks to Sachin sir for giving me this splendid verse. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Excellent explanation and well prepared verse. With that, we come to the end of the class. And as a routine, I would suggest you raise your hand who wants the verses in the next class so that I can take a screenshot. And then we end the class. Utsav, Pragnya, Swastik. Okay, 3, 4. Tanush, very good, Tanush. Okay, we have 4 people. Anyone else? Nayana. Okay, Nayana. Okay, thank you. I will take a screenshot and so beautiful. We come to end of today's class. We chant all together. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnart Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha